What's up guys, Mitch from the DIYRecordingStudio.com. Today's all about Neve preamps and EQs. We're going to shoot out a plug-in versus real Neve 1073 hardware. We've got the Sound Skulptor MP573 and the EQ module for that as well, going up against the Warm Audio WA273, which is a preamp and EQ inline setup. And we're going to compare that against the Scheps 73 from Waves to get a plug-in comparison as well. It's going to be an awesome video. I'm excited to see what we hear tonally and different amongst all three devices. So let's get into it. So welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, please hit like and subscribe. We've got a lot of new followers and it's been amazing to see the growth of the channel. So I've got a Cubase session here and it's featuring a local group of artists called Suede, and they're awesome. And check this song out. It's in the very rough mix stage. Everything has just been tracked. There's some light processing going on each channel, but really just for basic cleanup, nothing has been mixed yet. And what we're going to do is shoot out these devices on Kick, Snare, then we'll try it on bass, then we'll try it on vocals, and we'll see the differences we hear on these devices. You can see I've got my 1073 preamp and EQs. That's my Sound Skulptors, and then down below that is the Warm Audios. And I'll cut to those where we need to so I can show what I'm doing with the EQ. But basically all I've done is level match. These things aren't all calibrated the same. So we're going to be using our ears, not our eyes so much. Let's get into mixing and hear the differences between these on Kick and Snare. So I'll start with the Scheps 1073s turned on, and I'm just going to solo up the kick. Cool, and that's sounding all right there. Definitely adding some tops and, you know, cutting those mids. So let's now try the Sound Skulptor. And then let's get the WA going. Cool. So I've got all of these on the kick, and let's have a look at what we see on the EQ here. With my sub kick and a beta 52, we can see some tops and then that 90 Hertz boost, which is nice. Now this is the Scheps. Just bringing out some more of the 5K with that 12K shelf. Now it says a 12K shelf, but it actually starts way lower. And then we're getting a bit more of this 100 Hertz. Now the Sound Skulptor. So already I'm hearing that the Sound Skulptor sounds a bit tighter in the lows. But this sounds a bit boxier, a bit flubbier. Let's listen to the Warm Audio. That's got a bit more lows going on here. To me, the lows on the Warm Audio are a bit more rounded versus the Sound Skulptor is a bit tighter, and the highs are a bit different as well. And there's a difference in the mids. The Sound Skulptor has more high upper mids, and the Warm Audio has more low mids or something going on. Let's listen in the context of the mix. It's really interesting. So what I'm hearing so far is always what I expect from digital versus analog. The lows are a bit flubbier on the plugin. The highs are a bit more papery. Whereas on both analog bits of gear, they're a bit tighter, a bit punchier. The warm audio has a bit more low frequency stuff, subby stuff still going on. Like, in a good way, it just has a bit more weight to it. And that could be because the roll-offs are different on both EQs, the Sound Sculptor versus the warm audio. The warm audio is set to 50 hertz roll-off. The Sound Sculptors are set to 45 hertz roll-off. They're as close as I can get them. But yeah, they sound completely different in those lower frequencies. The tops are a bit more aggressive on the Sound Sculptor as well. So I just pulled them back to even them up a bit. And they sound pretty close except for the lows. The lows are different. Like, they do sound different to me. So the 100 hertz is punchier on the Sound Sculptor, and the warm audio has like just a bit more oomph down to like 50 hertz or something like that. They both sound good. Let's look at the snare drum. That's pretty close to what I'd want. All right, let's go to the Sound Sculptor and the warm audio. That's the warm audio. They're actually quite similar, the warm audio versus the Sound Sculptor. So let's start with the Scheps. Very cool. What I'm hearing so far is that in the mix, the warm audio is actually sounding excellent. The way the lows are pumping through is really good, and I'm digging that. I'm actually liking the warm audio on kick drum better than I am the Sound Sculptor. The Sound Sculptor needs a bit more of that subbiness, so I'm just going to adjust that. Roll back the lows. And there we go. So the roll-off for the Sound Sculptor is a bit more similar once we put it at 25 hertz. Now it's a bit louder. So yeah, I would say the warm audio and the Sound Sculptor are actually pretty similar, except for what's going on in the highs. In the high mids, there's a difference. So let me know in the comment sections down below, what are you guys hearing difference-wise? I'm hearing the same typical things, that the plugin, while it doesn't sound bad or unusable, the highs just don't cut through the same way. The lows are flubbier, whereas both analog examples cut through the mix at similar volumes easier without sounding too harsh. They can be pushed obviously even further than that without sounding harsh. I feel like I could drive them a lot more and they'd still sound good. And there's just more weight to them in the low frequencies and less harshness in the highs. It's always what I hear. The two bits of hardware sound quite surprisingly different in the mid-range. That's what I'm hearing the most, is that the mids are quite different. There's more presence in the high mids of the Sound Sculptor and a bit more weight to the warm audio stuff, and that's all cool. Like either or, like both could be good in different situations. I hope this video was super useful to you all. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'm Mitch from the DIYRecordingstudio.com. I'll catch you soon.